From violent storms to landslides, flash floods, our planet always finds a way to surprise us. Let's explore some of the most incredible moments captured around the world. Mother Nature seems to be reminding us that when she shows her strength, finding a safe place to shelter is always the smarter choice. Mother Nature doesn't need a security team to clear a crowd. Sometimes one powerful gust of wind is enough to get the job done.
I go!
A fire whirl forms when intensely heated air rises and combines with rotating airflow, pulling flames and ash into a rapidly spinning column of fire.
Oh my goodness! Oh.
Their large surface area and lightweight construction make inflatable objects especially vulnerable to being picked up by strong winds during storms.
Oh my goodness! Oh! Oh, wow!
It looks like Mother Nature opened the wrong freezer drawer and dumped everything onto the neighborhood, creating a show no resident ever ordered. A large tent can act like a sail in strong winds. Trying to hold on to it may only put you at risk of being dragged along as the wind gets stronger.
Oh, bro.
The roof flew off.
Oh,
If Mother Nature owned a washing machine, a tornado would definitely be the spin button. We'd all hope she never presses.
what the hell? The roof flying.
Oh my God.
Roof
The
gone.
whole roof coming up. Look at the trash can.
It's a tornado, bro.
It looks like luck arrived right on time today, because just a few seconds later could have written a completely different ending. Nature always finds a way to remind us just how small we are when faced with forces that are almost impossible to control. People ran for safety as a powerful storm brought heavy rain and strong winds to Mojokerto, a city in East Java, Indonesia. When Mother Nature starts showing her temper, finding a safe place to shelter is always the smarter choice.
Talking to the ocean, you know where you're going. Holy Jesus Christ! Oh, you should have seen that. It was right in front of my car, that was. Just blew the tree apart. The lightning come down.
A woman filming a thunderstorm in St. Louis, Missouri on Wednesday, July 15th was startled when lightning struck a tree across the street. Thunder is a direct result of lightning. The air heats up and expands extremely rapidly, creating a shockwave that we eventually hear as thunder. Wow. Sometimes the danger doesn't come from the vehicle beside you, but from the invisible wind quietly deciding where that vehicle is going next.
Woo!
How long do you think this python is? Could around 65 feet really be an accurate estimate for this extraordinary visitor? If I could add one thing to this stretch of road, it would definitely be a safety barrier. The destructive power of a tsunami comes from the enormous volume of water and the momentum of the flow, not simply from the height of the wave. The best news after that massive landslide is that the driver was still able to walk away safely. Never underestimate small rocks scattered across a mountain road. They can sometimes be an early sign that the rock face above has started shifting. That tunnel was built simply to connect two ends of a journey, but today it unexpectedly took on another role as a protector. That vehicle will probably need more than one trip to the repair shop, but the fact that everyone walked away safely is what truly deserves celebrating. It looks like the hillside just signed up for Mother Nature's Express weight loss program. The only problem is nobody received the schedule in advance. It seems the ocean didn't bother making a reservation. Instead, it walked straight into the restaurant and left the owner with the bill for its special service. From this angle, the ocean reveals a completely different side of itself, creating a view unlike what we normally get to see. Surfers off California just met some serious competition. No boards, no lessons yet. Their wave riding skills are nearly impossible to beat. Tsunamis often begin when the sea floor suddenly rises or falls, usually during an earthquake, displacing an enormous column of water above it. Steep roads and gravity make quite the team whenever they get a chance to challenge your control of the vehicle. For heavy trucks, a railroad crossing is one question drivers should definitely stop and think about before answering. This bull seems to have some extremely high standards for vehicle inspections, and apparently the car in front of him didn't pass. If winter were a strict examiner, black ice would definitely be one of its favorite tests for drivers. Every curve is an invitation for inertia to join the ride, and excessive speed is the fastest way to hand it control. Do you agree that controlled demolitions have a special appeal that keeps us watching right until the final second? Some visitors walk in to buy something, while others arrive simply to bring a level of chaos nobody ordered.
Люди бегут убирать машины, бля.
The collapse itself may last only a few seconds, but the chain of events behind it could have started days earlier without anyone noticing. If a rare phenomenon suddenly appeared right in front of you, would you keep filming or move farther away to maintain a safe distance? Earthquakes occur when stress building inside Earth's crust exceeds the strength of the rock, causing blocks along a fault to suddenly slip. Floodwater doesn't have to be deep to become dangerous. A strong current can knock people off their feet or push vehicles off the road. Do powerful storms like this happen often in the state where you live? An elephant may look perfectly calm, but that doesn't mean you should approach it. Respecting the space of wild animals is always an important safety rule. If luck really comes with a limit, this driver probably used almost his entire allowance in that one moment. If Mother Nature were running a construction project, today's flood would probably be the enormous batch of concrete she just poured across the road.
अभी आज तक सब यहाँ पे लेफ्ट मंदिर को तो टच भी नहीं हुआ मंदिर के पास जा रहा है
When soil becomes saturated with too much water, friction between its particles decreases, allowing the material to move downhill under the force of gravity.
Watch out! Watch out!
Mud flows can develop extremely quickly after intense rainfall, sometimes leaving communities downhill with very little time to react. Within seconds, the entire mountainside appeared to split apart as tons of rock and soil broke loose and rushed downhill. Do you regularly clear snow from your roof whenever winter rolls around? If Earth came with a pause button, there would probably be plenty of people reaching for it right now and waiting for everything to become calm again. Household items should be inspected regularly before they decide to notify you of a problem with an expensive accident. How much experience do you think it takes to control a massive vessel at sea and maneuver it exactly where you want it to go? Trams rely entirely on their wheels and rails to stay on course. A problem with the wheels tracks or switches can be enough to cause a derailment. Unsafe connections are dangerous not only to you, but also to everyone else sharing the road. The enormous stopping distance of a cargo ship makes anticipating hazards and making early decisions especially important. When you see a scene like this, what's the first memory that unexpectedly comes to mind? Are humans gradually taking over more and more of the habitat that once belonged to wildlife? It seems Mother Nature decided to put these drivers' concentration and reaction skills to the test. After heavy rain, saturated soil can provide less support for tree roots. Add a strong gust of wind, and even trees that once stood firmly can suddenly be uprooted. It seems nature doesn't like being forgotten. No matter where we go, she always finds a way to remind us that she's still there.
Yes.
Ball lightning is one of the atmosphere's rarest mysteries. A glowing sphere may last for several seconds, yet scientists still don't fully understand how it forms. If Mother Nature had one particularly mischievous child, the wind would probably be the first name on the list. Floodwater doesn't have to destroy a bridge immediately. It can quietly erode the soil around its foundation until the structure above no longer has enough support. Today's visitor apparently wasn't impressed with the layout, so it decided to rearrange the entire store without asking permission. Think the ground beneath your feet always stays still. This video is about to give you a completely different answer. When the electric field between a cloud and the ground becomes strong enough, a conductive channel can form and connect with an upward discharge from the ground, producing a lightning strike. It looks like today's driver learned that vehicle height and posted clearance are two numbers definitely worth comparing. Those cars probably weren't expecting their familiar road to suddenly welcome an unexpected vehicle from the sky into traffic. Are flash floods like this common where you live?
Flood warnings continue.
Could human activity be contributing to natural disasters becoming more intense and unpredictable?
It's overspreading the plant.
But which natural disasters are most common in the U.S. at this time of year? If the ocean had its own festival, this would definitely be rush hour with an entire pod of dolphins appearing at once to bring the surface to life. If the ocean offered VIP greetings, this beluga would definitely be in charge of welcoming guests right at their vehicles.
Oh my God! Hey! Are you pushing? You cheeky little fucking you! You hey! Oh my gosh!
Part of a bridge under construction was swept away by flash flooding in the Draugad area of Shopian, South Kashmir. Flash floods can develop within minutes, turning a quiet stream into a rushing flow of water, mud, and debris. If the water rises quickly, move to higher ground. Flash floods form when large amounts of water concentrate in a very short period, often after extreme rainfall, a dam failure, or a sudden release of water from higher terrain. Even a bridge that looks incredibly strong can suddenly seem small when it faces the full force of floodwater. If there were a competition for fastest reactions, this man just earned himself a spot among the strongest contenders. Underinflated tires flex continuously while driving, generating extra heat and weakening their internal structure. At higher speeds, the risk of tire failure increases. Gas is like a useful friend that still needs careful attention. One problem in the supply line can quickly change everything. You can forget your coffee at home, but don't forget your focus when you hit the road. That's one thing you'll need for the entire journey. If quick reflexes could be converted into cash, this person just earned a pretty impressive amount in less than a second. Are you the kind of viewer who prefers watching videos like this on a really big screen?
know, something.
Let your vehicle tell you what's wrong during an inspection at the garage instead of letting it speak up in the middle of the road in a far more expensive way. Once again, high speed proves that it has never been the most reliable companion on any journey. Warning lights and crossing gates aren't obstacles. They're two gatekeepers standing between you and thousands of tons of moving steel. As the floodwater rushes through every car, owner is probably wishing for just one thing: to find their vehicle exactly where they left it. If Mother Nature had an employee of the month for cleanup duty, floodwater would probably top the list every time. Tornadoes, earthquakes, tsunamis, flash floods, or volcanoes, which natural disaster do you think has the most terrifying destructive power? If every journey is a story, the braking system is the period you always want to appear exactly where you need it. Looking at this scene, you'd almost think some mysterious force had lifted the vehicle into that unbelievably precarious position. It seems fate slammed the door on danger just before the man could step through with almost no room to spare. Apparently, the driver of this car treated the rules of the road more like optional reading than something that actually needed to be followed. What do you think is blocking the view here? Natural fog or a layer of pollution and haze covering the area? Speed isn't the problem here. Ground clearance is a railroad crossing that's too steep can leave a vehicle high-centered and stuck on the tracks. A homemade vehicle is like an unfinished experiment. Putting it on public roads too soon is like turning traffic into a testing laboratory. This driver probably doesn't need another reflex test anytime soon. Mother Nature just gave him a real-world exam far tougher than anything he could have practiced for. Landslides don't just reshape individual slopes. Over time, they transport enormous amounts of rock and soil downhill, helping reshape entire landscapes. Let's do a quick global roll call. Drop your country in the comments. You might discover that one of your international neighbors is watching too. Images like these make me even more grateful for the people who dedicate themselves to working in healthcare every single day.
Когда давай болтаться, мы его потом сняли.
Are earthquakes common where you live?
big. Uh-oh, they're from the house.
Oh my gosh, y'all look.
Oh no.
Gosh.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude.
Oh.
It looks like humanity forgot to renew its land lease, so Mother Nature showed up personally to reclaim the property.
Oh my god, bro. Holy.
With experience and quick judgment, the pilot brought the flight to an outcome that was difficult to believe. A small plane crashed into the front yard of a home in Roy, Utah on Wednesday, July 24, leaving 2 people with minor injuries. The sky may look as though it's been painted with brilliant colors, but the brush behind this picture is actually a wildfire-challenging cruise on the ground. Speed is like a clock running backward. The faster you go, the more precious seconds you take away from your ability to react when something unexpected happens. Oh my God, even the Grim Reaper must have been disappointed after watching an escape this unbelievably close. The incident was dramatic enough to get everyone's attention, but the best possible ending can be summed up in just 3 words. No one hurt. Panic is like a malfunctioning compass. Once it takes over, even a deer's sharp instincts can send it in the wrong direction. Calling this a sea lion waterfall wouldn't be much of an exaggeration, with thousands of them seemingly covering nearly the entire beach. Part of a cliff collapsed onto a road near a beach on La Gomera, one of Spain's Canary Islands. Kaunos rays often migrate in large groups, flapping their broad fins together and making the ocean look as though hundreds of birds are flying beneath the surface. If this were your backstage pass to the ocean, would you be willing to use it at least once in your lifetime? That road sign doesn't need to give directions today. The bear already found the exact address for taking care of that stubborn itch. After prolonged heavy rain, avoid standing or parking beneath steep slopes or cliffs, showing cracks, shifting soil, or repeated rockfall.
my God.
Oh, guys, we're gonna get some.
It seems Mother Nature prepared a special welcome for today's visitors and chose the entire cliff as her main stage.
Jan, can you back us up, please?
Apparently, Mother Nature just wanted to stop by the library and read a few books, but her entrance today was definitely more forceful than necessary. One of the most dangerous things about flash floods is that it doesn't even have to be raining where you are. Heavy rainfall upstream can send floodwater your way within minutes. A truck driver had a remarkably lucky escape after his vehicle was struck by a train in Versailles, Ohio on February 7th. A tractor's trailer can become high-centered when its underside or trailer gets stuck on a raised railroad crossing, leaving the truck seemingly dead right on the tracks. What do you think caused this accident? Sometimes a barrier isn't just there to separate spaces, it's exactly what you want between yourself and a heavy machine that suddenly refuses to stop. When weight is distributed unevenly on a vehicle, gravity is more than willing to take control and send the journey in a direction nobody planned. This view alone will probably make more than a few people feel dizzy after just a few seconds. It looks like nature upgraded this vehicle into a special shuttle reserved exclusively for passengers with wings. When facing the power of nature, you don't need to prove how brave you are. Sometimes winning simply means staying far enough away to make it home safely. Floods often send warning signs before the worst arrives, and once nature starts sending those signals, creating distance early is usually the smartest response. When rocks are too large for machinery to handle efficiently, a precisely calculated blast can break them into smaller pieces that are easier to remove. An explosion rocked a major battery recycling facility in Fredericktown, Missouri, after a fire broke out on Wednesday, October 30.
Boom! I got it. All right. I got it. Big explosions. It's roaring up in there. Them flames are hot.
Sometimes rebuilding begins by removing what's left behind, and in Baltimore, that job required explosives. Always dispose of trash properly and according to local rules. One small responsible action can also help protect the people who collect it every day. A safe journey often begins long before you start the engine with the good night's sleep that helps you stay alert behind the wheel. A truck lost control and rolled off the highway near Kuma on June 24th after swerving to avoid a car attempting a close-range passing maneuver. GPS can show you the road to your destination, but your attention behind the wheel determines whether you get there safely. Has anyone watching ever witnessed an accident happen right in front of you? What was the first thing you did?
Hold on. You all right? Yes. Be careful, dude. There's live power lines on you. Okay?
If I were the officer at the scene, both of these vehicles would probably be leaving with tickets expensive enough to make the drivers remember this lesson for a long time. This could become valuable footage for engineers, helping ensure the next demolition calculation doesn't produce another unexpected result like this.
Все эти снесли, все балконы. А, кошмар, ты посмотри, все балконы.
When wine snow and the right conditions come together, Mother Nature can create a rare spectacle right beside the road.
Hi, welcome to Culver's. There's definitely an art to handcrafting a rich, creamy Culver's concrete mixer.
Minnesota winter seems to have pulled a white curtain across the road, reminding drivers that sometimes slowing down is the fastest way to make it home.
Wow.
An avalanche can begin with a weak layer hidden beneath the snow.
Yeah, that's gonna go
Once
down
that layer
thing.
fails, the entire slab above it can suddenly slide down the mountain. I really don't understand why some drivers still attempt dangerous passes when the few seconds they might save are never worth risking everyone's safety. If this man doesn't relearn the basic rules of crossing the road next time, luck may not be patient enough to smile on him again. Speed is like borrowing from time. You may gain a few minutes, but one mistake can make the price of that loan far too high. Some fans just asked for an autograph, but the fan behind this vehicle chose an entrance that probably made the driver want to speed away. The faster you enter a curve, the more force is needed to keep the vehicle on course. Once traction runs out, the steering wheel quickly loses its authority. Some meals are served right to the table, but this man just experienced an even more personal version served directly to him. Nature doesn't need to knock before visiting, and this time its unexpected guest probably made the homeowner consider giving up the entire room. No instruments needed, the starling flock turns an entire Utah field into a living orchestra with thousands of wings keeping the rhythm together. The hiker began his day exploring Rakura, but nature placed something in front of him that definitely wasn't included anywhere on the itinerary. If water suddenly started rising quickly around your vehicle, what would your first move be?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. Now.
This encounter feels like nature is opening a door, giving us a chance to see the ocean from an entirely different perspective. These may be some of the luckiest visitors around, personally welcomed by the ocean with a truly unforgettable performance. It seems that post had been standing there all day, just waiting for its few seconds of fame on this unforgettable security footage. This Halloween decoration did its job better than expected, turning an ordinary delivery photo into an unexpected reflex test. Before facing the real challenge, this firefighter apparently had to pass one unexpected checkpoint right at the door. Black ice barely needs to reveal itself to prove it's there. Sometimes all it has to do is wait for one slightly overconfident step. The cart handled the ramp pretty well, but her toe apparently decided to stop and inspect it a little more closely. The roof seems to have been chosen as the insect world's VIP parking lot today. Too bad the homeowner never signed up to provide the service. How afraid are you of flying an insect's calmly step aside or immediately hand over ownership of the entire house? Infrastructure maintenance rarely gets much attention while everything is working, but its true value becomes clear the moment one link in the system begins to fail. That man certainly got to experience winter in the most direct way possible.
Colonel.
A real-world physics lesson called inertia was just delivered directly to this woman, and she'll probably remember it better than anything in a textbook. A coat may protect you from the cold, but shoes with good traction are what help each winter step end exactly where you intended. The sky suddenly became a massive stage with the starling flock performing like dancers who never rehearsed yet somehow move in perfect coordination. Moments like this remind us that the natural world is still filled with countless wonders, so strange that even our imagination struggles to picture them. No music or stage lights required. A few goats turned the roof of this vehicle into their own stage and launched an energetic performance. A scene straight out of a science fiction movie unfolded after a truck carrying slime-producing hagfish was involved in a crash. Nature apparently opened a sightseeing bus for beetles, and unfortunately, this home in Queensland became the final stop. Even after heavy rain has stopped, the danger can remain high because water continues soaking deep into the hillside. It looks like the snow decided to cooperate with the cleanup today, making the job go more smoothly than anyone expected. It looks like luck arrived right on time today because just 1 second later could have produced a completely different ending. Outdoor structures are always on nature's stage where the next test can arrive without warning, and it is rarely gentle. Being enormous doesn't mean a ship can easily overpower moving water. At low speeds, a vessel's maneuverability can become significantly limited. In a tense moment, experiencing composure helped the excavator operator turn a dangerous situation into an impressive self-rescue. If every trip is a long journey, panic is the extra baggage you're better off leaving behind before departure. Saving a few seconds by speeding is rarely worth sacrificing the precious reaction time you may need when something unexpected happens. A cargo ship can't make a sudden evasive move like a car, so the safest strategy is usually to make sure you're never in its path. Changes in our climate are reminding us that natural disasters in the future may become increasingly difficult to predict. Just 6 inches of fast-moving water can knock an adult off balance, while 12 inches can carry away many small cars. It seems Mother Nature just remembered she still owned a piece of land here, and today she came back to reclaim it. Floodwater can quietly erode the soil beneath a home's foundation. Tumbleweeds rolling across an empty road look like calling cards from the dry season arriving before the season itself officially begins. A demolition is truly successful only when the entire structure falls exactly where and how engineers calculated it would. With heavy machinery aboard a boat, even a small shift in the center of gravity can upset the balance and let gravity take care of the rest. Sometimes the difference between an ordinary day and an unforgettable memory can be measured in just a few footsteps. Mother Nature apparently wants the tourists to give the beach back today, because these tiny winged visitors seem to have reserved it first. If you've ever wondered how scallops move, this video may be the clearest demonstration you'll ever need. Nature can create extraordinary beauty, but it also brings important lessons about preparation and safety. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share as we continue exploring.